do 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 do. Boo boo doo boo 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 boo.
Hey guys, so AFI and Steven Spielberg teamed up to make a movie club, AFI's movie club, and I'm going to be reviewing each of the movies that they did. Now, I'm a bit behind, like a couple days behind of their movies, right? So, not much, right? Just 4 or 5 days, right? Now, so I am going to review every one of their movies that they've done. So their first movie on January, February, March 31st was The Wizard of Oz. Now, this is a weird position for me because I've already done a review of The Wizard of Oz. It was not even that long ago. It was this year, and we've only been 2020 for, like, not that long. So, you know, yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about a movie when, you know, your perspective hasn't changed very much. There are a couple things. I mean, it's interesting how the makeup is good. Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, for the time, it's a really good movie. For the time, the quality's pretty good because we've, you know, we've done all this revisionist stuff to try and make it better. This was a defined movies for the early 40s and late 30s because it was released in 1939. It's good. Yeah, that's the thing I can say. It's pretty good. I don't know what to talk about. I mean, the symbolism was pretty interesting, I guess. I mean, it was based on a book that is a lot more interesting than the movie. You know, there's I don't know, honestly, I know this review is kind of incomplete because I've basically just been saying I don't know for the entire review because I don't know what to talk about. There's nothing to really. I don't find this movie very good. It's just like about a girl who goes into a dream. And also, you know, another thing I really hate on movies, it's like it's just a dream, right? So what? So am I supposed to not be invested in this at all, right? Like, that's why I think that's one of the reasons why I think the book is better, because it's not a dream. Well, I mean, it could be a dream. They say it might be a dream, but they also say that it is probably not. So I like the opinion that it's not a dream, because I think that's dumb. We should try and make it real. I like these characters, and if they're not real, then what am I supposed to do? I think, though, one thing would have been, I know that, you know, this would have been weird, but it would have been interesting to see the Three Stooges playing the three, you know, like the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and the Cowardly Lion. It would have been interesting, because the guy that plays the Cowardly Lion looks like Curly from the Three Stooges. I mean, so I think it would be interesting. I don't know. Actress that played Dorothy went on to have a terrible drug problem because of the movies she was in, specifically this one, giving her way too many drugs. There was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happened. You know, like them waking up with the magic of asbestos in the snow, which poisoned them. Not as much as the makeup, but still. The movie was a disaster. It's not as bad as The Conqueror, where half the cast, 90, there were 140 people in The Conqueror, and 90 of them got cancer because they were filming on a nuclear test site in the desert. It was terrible, and a ton of them died because of cancer. And also the fact that, that there was heavy smoking on set, that probably also contributed to it. I don't know what to say. The olden times, they were a lot worse now. They are now. I bet that there'll be something we use all the time that's actually super dangerous. And I won't know about it. I won't know about it until, later. The song with the lion, Cowardly Lion, right before they're going into the Oz room for the first time, it's about him being king, and I just think why is this here? We already have a song about his motivations. We don't need another song about his motivations. It's stupid. Another thing is that what I found really annoying was that at the beginning, they're setting up the characters. So, go over to right before they go to Oz, right? When it's black and white, they go over to, or black and maybe white and brown or something. I don't. So they go over to the lion, the Cowardly Lion, or the guy that before he is in the real world, right? Whatever his name is, and he says, "Oh, because Toto." He's getting in trouble with the neighbor girl that becomes the witch, right? So, the Cowardly Lion's you gotta get courage. If you got courage, then she won't pick on you. And she goes over to the Scarecrow, and the Scarecrow's hey, you gotta have brains. If you just don't go around her, you won't bother her. Then she goes over to the Tin Man, and just kidding, they don't. Why did you set this up? Why did you set up two of the characters? Why didn't you do the Tin Man? Was that scene in there and they just cut it? How? I feel it wouldn't have been that hard. It would have been you shouldn't let the dog out on the cat. I mean, you have a heart. I mean, that cat deserves to live and stuff. Or something. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't have been that hard to write in a scene like that. I mean, if you're gonna do this, why not commit to it, right? There's gotta be a reason, right? 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 Well, I don't know. I think tomorrow is... Well, I wouldn't say tomorrow, because I don't know when I'll do the next review. Is Moulin Rouge, but I don't know. So, it's just kind of hard to talk about this, especially because I've already reviewed this movie. So, I guess that's the end. I mean, what am I going to do? What is there to talk about? I mean, there's a lot, but I just can't think of anything.